You're live.
Who's
We're live.
conducting it?
It would be Gary.
Okay, good.
We'll start. Okay, we will get started.
Fucking move down there, but this seat's already warm.
Okay, we will open our meeting this evening. Solid Waste District, Perry County, Indiana. The president seems to be not available. Mayor Ralph, I'm not sure if anybody's heard from him today, but we will begin. 4 o'clock. Okay, call the ordered meeting, approval of agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second.
There it is.
Okay, let's indicate our opinion here. Those in favor, please indicate. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. Okay. Approval of minutes. Those have been sent to us at an earlier point. Please look at those. Any questions or additions or deletions from that?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay, we have a motion to approve them as presented. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a
I
second.
abstained because I was not here.
Okay. Okay, let's indicate those in favor of that motion. Aye. Those opposed? Okay. Approval of the financial statement.
Only one change since the Monday, and it was the reimbursement check that goes out, so that's just a normal expense. And then we did move about $14,000 out of the credit card account this month over into just an operating account. So that's the only one change on the bank balances.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve that financial statement?
I'll make that motion.
I'll make that motion and I will second it. Those in favor of the motion, please indicate so. Aye. Opposed? Likewise, okay. Advisory board, has there been any activity on their part?
No, I'm sorry. That vote that's been going around, I canceled. So we did not,
Okay,
I apologize.
okay. Has there been any communication with the board outside those meeting days?
No, and Kelly asked if we could do them by Zoom, but we're doing them here, so I feel that we should continue that.
Okay.
So just, we're going back, but we're looking at the handbook. We do have the handbook that to look at making the changes in the handbook.
Chris, you got the bat? You're up to hit right now.
Okay, on
Director's report.
Yes, sir. On my sheet that I give you guys every month, it's back in here. I believe it's the last sheet. I highlighted it for September. We just got a check for cardboard and it's actually now up to $60 a ton. So that it is going back up, not as high as we'd like, but it is going back up. Plastic is still at 0, so that's not going to go out. That's not going to change at least for the next month.
You say plastic?
Plastic is still at 0, so we have a lot saved, but we're waiting. We're holding on to our plastic, obviously. And we are trying to get some newspaper out to get that. It's been 2 years since we've had a load of newspaper go out. We don't get much newspaper. People just are not recycling newspaper. People aren't reading the newspaper the way they used to. So I hadn't really dealt with that yet, and we look back, it's been 2 years. So we'll see when we get that. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, the price isn't real high or anything.
It surprises me. 2 years, that's, I mean, I understand newspaper print, I get it, but.
Yeah.
What about like office paper? Does that go out?
Yeah, office paper goes out more than that, but
We
yeah.
fill you up a lot.
It's the office, the shredded goes out, but yeah, the regular just newspaper. We have a semi trailer that we fill up and then take it. So we're going to be getting that out in the next week, I hope. So next month I'll have a price on that. We did have a lot of books go out, but we haven't gotten paid for that yet. Then on our customer tags and visitors at Cannleton, around 730 with 942 trash tags coming in. And at Branchville, we had 678 visitors and trash tags sold a little over 1,000. We started our small claims, as I mentioned last month, and our first date in court is October 19th. But we've had people coming in and already paying, so they don't have to actually physically come into court. They've already come in and paid their fines, which is good. That means we don't have to see them in court.
Do they
Do-
pay that to you or? To the
We've had,
clerk.
they pay the clerk now. A few that we've had some errors, like they lived out of state and they went to the address here, but they weren't served, but so we've taken care of a couple of them that were our error and going to the wrong place. We've let pay us, but, and then take off the fee because it was, our error. But depending on the circumstance, they really have paid here. So the court has gotten their 125 and we've got our 65.
Okay, my question is, do they save any money now by paying, since it's already been filed and all that, or do they pay the same amount as if they were there on that day?
Yes, they pay the same.
They don't get a break now?
Unless it was our error.
Okay,
Then
I got you.
I do remove it if it
In
was.
other words, they have
our
the
error.
chance to pay it on time like everybody else, right? Okay.
They just don't have to appear in court. They don't have to wait till October. They can come in and not, come into the clerk's office, pay it now, and then I get the paperwork that they paid it. I sign off on it. The judge signs off on it, and they don't have to come to court.
What if they don't pay?
Then last year we had some that happened there. They hadn't paid, and they said they would pay with their tax check because it had been so long since they paid, and there was a lien. We can put a lien on their property. Don't want to do that to anybody at all.
Has that ever been done?
Yes, from my understanding, that has been done in the past. A lady came in to the office last week and said she was had bought a property and there had been a lien from 2 years ago. It hadn't been paid, and she was just going to pay it so that she could buy the house because there was a lien. That was not me as a director, that was former director. But yes, and as with anybody, a contractor, anybody can put a lien on your house if you don't pay. That's a road you don't want to go down. We don't want to go that far with it. It's a $45 bill. As I've told people when they've come into small claims, because they'll make payments. They've accepted payments from people, but pay your current bill. Don't let this one from 2023 go and don't pay it and make a payment to there. Pay this 45 from 2023. Continue making payments on that, but pay your 45. Don't let this go delinquent and make a payment there. So we do everything we can to keep them out of being in this situation and paying another 125 to the court. Let's see, where else are we at? Also, I have a new site supervisor at Cannleton. It is Leroy Miles.
What's the name?
Leroy Miles. He was second in charge at Cannleton.
Miles?
Miles.
Okay.
Is the new director or new?
Site supervisor, site director.
What happened to the other one?
He was let go. So,
How's the rest of the employees? Is things stable?
yeah, I believe so. It's good. And we have our community service workers that come in there. They have more community services workers than we do at Branchville because of the location, I think.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 full-time and a part-time, and then the community service workers. And then at Branchville, we have the 2 part-time.
How's our equipment holding up?
I'm getting ready to order the tires for the second Bobcat because they're getting thin. The Bobcats are older, but they're good. I would love to see that we had a forklift, but that would be something we look at in a grant or something.
Where did you get your tires from?
I went through Don's. Justin, who owns it now,
Mhm. His son.
he has installed them and put them on. They're pretty expensive. They're $13.50 per tire.
Are those hard tires or air?
Hard.
Now those have to be pressed on.
Yeah, he put on the first set on that one, and he said there was a little bit more wear and tear that could go on the next one. I just want them done before the end of the year because they're pretty bad. And so, I just have them by the end of the year, just separated it a little bit, not at one time because it's quite a bit of money for tires. But the equipment is holding up, the baler's good. The baler that they use and there's a ramp and I don't want to say it, it's like a chute that they use for the plastic. There was some issue with that a month and a half ago, and Justin came and got it and took it and looked at it and brought it back, and it's working fine now. So there's some maintenance that happens randomly. Some things aren't working right, and Justin's great.
It's good that we have somebody locally that's got some background that can
Yes.
keep us going.
Yeah, and he's great at coming and looking at it, letting us know what needs to be done.
Mhm.
He's really good to work with. Also, I can update you now, we're on old business with the Hamilton site project. with
Go right
Mr.
ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I did speak with him again today. He just received this week the survey from Greg Thomas.
This
And
is Kenny Simpson you're talking about?
yes,
Okay.
he received Greg Thomas's survey this week, and he just entered it in his computer, and he said next week or so he'll be able to work with it, and by mid-October he will have an idea of where the drainage should go on the property. So I told him our next meeting is later in October on I believe the 26th. And he said that he would have the information on where we need to put the drainage to move forward with the concrete or what we need to do. So I will have that at the meeting in October. And he said if there's any questions, please just reach out. Any questions?
Will those costs be taken out of this year's budget? Probably. Okay, and then the actual,
Don't think they can't let us wait till January to pay them, so.
okay, then the actual work itself will be on next year's budget, probably.
Most likely, most of the contractors are out 2 or 3 months at this point, so.
If you're lucky.
So then, old business, I think that's kind of it. New business. Drug Tech Back is October 28th. We'll also, as usual, be at the fire station. I'm going to print out signs and put them around town. If there's anywhere in particular you guys feel that I should put some, please let me know. But, I figure around town, I know the mayor has put them up before. I'll get some to him.
Yeah.
Local paper, can we get it to them a couple of times or something?
Absolutely.
If you get it on Facebook, I'll try to share it on the city's website or
Absolutely.
Facebook page,
I'll
whatever.
get it to Dodie and
Yeah.
that. I put it on our page. Just the better, I feel it's better to get it out as much as we can.
Sure.
Gas stations.
It's always been
usually-
very successful, I think, for
Yeah,
the most part. I mean, I've always been amazed how much they get.
yeah, it seems like we might not get a lot of people, but what they bring is a pretty good amount. And they'll say, I cleaned out so-and-so's cabinet that passed away or their own, and they'll have a good amount. So I think every bit helps. And I think that having one at the sheriff's department and the local police department does help too. I see people carrying them in, just having them in general.
Yeah.
So, other than that, that is about all I've got.
Chris, I was going to ask you, I know you set up at the Schweitzer Fest,
Yes.
and was that very successful?
No one local wanted to. The people that most interested were people from out of the county.
Mhm.
So, I feel like there's got to be another way to do this.
Have you thought about setting up maybe like at the Bristol Car Show? Because on the northern end of the county, you do have a site at Branchville.
Yeah. I hadn't not thought about it. I hadn't gone too far with it because I feel like there's got to be a better way to do it. And I hadn't felt like I figured out what to do with it.
Mhm.
It's not like I won't. And I think the northern part of the county just feels differently about it. Like said a couple times. I don't know who runs that. Is that I don't have enough information on that.
I'm not really for sure, but I know there is contact numbers on the site for the Bristol Car Show that you may be able to contact one of them. I'm not for sure.
Is that in October,
It's next week
next week?
or the week after, weekend, Sunday after. I forget what day exactly it is.
I know coming up, Tell City Strong, our downtown group's doing what they call like an Oktoberfest at City Hall Park.
Yes,
Kelly had presented some stuff to the Board of Works where they're going to try that recycle program that she wanted to do. There's no trash cans. It's actually compost and plastic and cardboard and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So she's going to have a booth there to try it.
I figured we were going to use, the bins that we have.
She is. The
Okay.
little blue lid ones. Yeah.
Yes,
She's got a plan, so we'll see how it goes.
okay.
I'm eager because that would be something. Fest generates a lot of trash. I know she's
Yeah.
wanting to implement that. That's a pretty big program to implement in such a big, festival. So try it small and work out the kinks, then implement it. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, and I got back Rome used the frames that you guys have in
Yeah.
the bottom, and I have them to clean them, because
Yeah.
she said they were bad. And I have them, and I'm going to get them back to you for that event in October.
It's October 6th or 7th.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe
Yeah, there's
six,
a lot of events go on in
Yeah.
October. I mean, it's just,
Shuba Village.
I
That's a
think
big
they
one.
overlap too much myself, but
Yeah, and we have the one lady comes and gets, because there's a couple women like with Rome and other ones that will come and get tubs. The
Mhm.
women and we provide them to them, and they bring them back, and we unload them for them.
Right.
That will come and do that. There's Judy Lorenz and stuff. They're very dedicated to these
Mhm.
things, and they come and pick them up, or I meet them. We work together with that to do that, because they're dedicated to it, and they don't mind coming and picking up the tubs. I call the garage, and they wash them out, clean them out, and get them ready for them to come pick them up. And stuff, but I can get a hold of Bristow, and the Oktoberfest, we will have that ready for you, Mayor.
and I think County is having a Heritage Fest or something also.
Yes. And we've worked with them before, the ladies, but I don't know who's they're doing the same the fall, the Heritage Fund in County. But
I
yes.
think it's that Renew County group, ain't it?
Mhm.
That's
That's
Carolyn Barr was the president of it.
Yes, we've worked with her before. I haven't heard back from her. I'm not sure why, but I will reach out to her again and see. But yeah, because that's right down there, and we're open,
Yeah,
and we can just go down there and pick them up at the end of the day, drop them off and pick them up. And that's absolutely no problem.
And that usually draws a pretty good sized crowd.
Yeah,
it does.
and we just need to put them out there, and hopefully they don't put food or anything in them, and we try to label them. I've made signs up and laminated them, just use them on. Any other questions?
Anything else? Okay, I see public comments, and we don't seem to have public here at this point, so. Our next meeting is set for Thursday, October 26th. Now, any Halloween things going on then, Chris? You aware?
I don't know. Let me double check.
26th,
You won't have it here because early voting.
early
That's
voting
true.
will be going on here.
Yes, it will be shut down in 2 weeks, won't it, Randy?
Longer than that, it starts the 11th of October.
Okay, what is our normal situation to meet out at the,
That's the same.
And
October 26th is the same night as the Witches Walk. That starts at 5. Our meeting's typically at 4, so I don't think it's going to be an issue unless, someone's planning on being there, but
I'm not thinking so.
I mean-
Do you want to we'll do it at the annex building?
at 4, do they have the
I'm not
cake?
for sure. I'm just saying that I know this room is gonna be shut
Okay,
down for 2 weeks.
yeah, we've met there before. I'm just glad you brought that up.
Do they have the capabilities to stream it or record it out there, or will they for that time?
I don't think so.
I know that they do live stream from there.
Yeah, they did for the,
Yeah,
the,
for the
the
budget
budget, so
session,
maybe they
but
can.
I don't know how they set all that up. Somebody will have to set it up.
I can see Sandy for as long as she's at work, and
Mhm.
I can email.
Okay.
Yeah,
And let you guys know.
So our next meeting will be at the annex then.
Yes.
Do
Okay.
we need to notify the public that that will happen?
Probably should.
Okay.
Sure.
With the newspaper.
Yeah. Let
Is
the
that sufficient?
Yeah. Well, and just even on our Facebook or whatever. At least a note on the door. I mean, something. But
I can email Chris Hammock and let her know that it's gonna be at that.
yeah, just for October, November we'll be back here, I guess. See if I can go over there.
yeah, because I had to redo a couple meetings because of it in different places.
Okay, we have that taken care of. Next on the item, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll say,
Second. Those in favor, please indicate so. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Mayor Ralph, we got it done and we're not sure where you're at, so.
Very excited.
In stream.
you did it, Gary.
Thank you.
My IT knowledge suddenly doubled.
Let him sign it.
Sign it.
I could. I need you to sign this one too.
Okay.
Chris, can you sign two for me?
Yes,
Needs
If you can drop those off.
signatures.
absolutely.
Don, that'd be
Yes.
great. And I'll get that uploaded for you.
Anything else we need to say? Is that
You
good?
you do, yes. Hold on.
Okay.
So
Just scratch
Does
out Mary
anyone
Terry's
want
name
to
right yours in
know?
there for me.
why he was fired?
Well, I know.
I didn't know if you wanted to. I will tell you if you want to know. If you don't want to know,
I don't know if you can tell us, so just don't tell me. I'd rather not.
Okay.
You can tell somebody else. I don't want
As long as it's not long and drawn out,
No,
cut to the chase.
one, he got rid of, he had a gun on his desk and was selling it at work. In a public,
That's all I need to know.
that was one of them.
Scratch out Mary Terry's name right yours in there.
I was gonna say, do
You
I
were
just
chairman
put my
today.
name under
And
there?
Sylvia was there with him in the middle of it. I know I tell long drawn out. I always feel like I have to.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
There we
No, no, because I didn't mean it like that.
But no, yeah, it was a little,
Yeah, that's all you had to say right there.
Well, we don't really want those things on our sites.
and especially when someone from community service comes in and
No, no,
sees it,
no, we
and
don't
he was
want
freaked
that.
out. He left early because he was so freaked out and upset.
We don't need that. Or want.
And along with the,
On site?
huh?
They're allowed to carry on site?
Well, I guess he wasn't sure, but he was selling it and admitted to me that. And then the alcohol that was there the last couple shifts he worked. Yeah, so,
See, yeah.
thank you.
You know, we can't keep people from bringing a weapon in here.
Right.
City council, somebody can bring an AK-47 into the meeting.
Chris, Randy said that the gal from Bank of India or you or whatever it is up there, Bank of Indianapolis, that can set up the account for the money market. I think she's be in town next week.
Okay,
So and I checked with Fifth Third, so whenever you guys want to go down and close that out.
Oh, great.
I told them, they won't let me not renew it. They said you do it within 7 days. I said, well, we're going to cancel it. And they said, well, that's fine. Whoever's going to cancel it can go down and pull it down.
okay, it's Thursday next week, you'll be in town Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'll be in town Thursday.
Okay.
I don't know when she's in town. But,
Oh, okay,
yeah, I'll be in town. So we just got to get down to Fifth Third and get that closed.
okay.
And then get the account and then figure out how. I guess we'll get into a checking account for now and then to turn on ACH it back to
Okay,
Bank of Indianapolis.
I'm following the reps.
All I know is Chris Hammock on how they did it and background.
sit on the opposite side. So I gotta get how much.
Sit.
Excuse me. Do what? Sit down, I guess.
I'll sit right there.
It is to sit more.
Yes, that way. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
It's cold. I feel like that.
I'll sit right there.
They're gonna have to go out there and red
I'm
chair.
gonna sit.
No, she's going to the red chair.
It's like
That's
the
the sucker.
She got her thing.
Yep.
I know, I thought completely because they don't sleep at all at night. It really gets to you. I'm gonna run out of candy. We're gonna go back.
How big? How big? How big?
I'm only down to 2 now. You're gonna have to go back and get some. You only give me 4.
Well, you said it's a little handful. I'm not. What's not?
Thanks.
Yeah, the woman's
He
no.
can't jiggle.
Disgusting thing, not jiggle too.
He can't even juggle.
Have you been?
He's after go piss.
COVID.
See that? Oh, God.
COVID. What's up, Steve? How you doing? Good. Are you the one coughing? You can't cough on the health department, you know? We'll knock you in the kneecaps.
I'll run out there, but.
There you go. We'll take care of you.
Darren will tell you what I told her when I called.
Yeah.
I
She got kicked out of there.
I bet.
kind of put up with that a little bit, so I thought I better do it. you know?
Yeah, your brother's kind of instigator.
Yeah. I thought,
So
well,
is Gail.
I thought, well, I better,
Is he?
I
Oh,
thought I
yeah.
better call
Runs in the
her.
family.
It must. Yes, yes.
Caroline, can you go, when you go home, can you go through the lower end of the circle? She said, why?
She can only shake her head. Because once I tell her.
She probably knew something was coming.
Yeah, I think she is, but
Yeah, she was.
yes, for that. Steve, when was that stand outside there, he said, there's, looks like someone on your shoulder, she done.
That's what he told us.
She-
She told me, I don't even know what one looks like. She, you know about that. Well, when I came in, it was a great big bug on the edge, and it looked like bigger than his pink. Oh my God, is that?
Oh,
They're that big, rude bad.
If they get that big, they will be offended.
Yeah, they really.